So now we'll observe about how basis for opinion paragraph we will modify, how basis for opinion paragraph will change in different scenarios. Getting it? Like if you check, so when we have given unmodified opinion, the side headings we understood. Now what is the basis for the opinion? For unmodified I don't have any specific basis, but still basis is compulsory to mention something. See, when I give qualified opinion adverse, I have showed you how they clearly mentioned the mistake. Correct? But I am giving unmodified. What should I mention in basis? What is the basis for the opinion I am giving? I should mention logic of the opinion, right? What is the basis? The basis is we conducted audit. The basis is we conducted our audit. How you have conducted the audit? As per standards on auditing. And do we have responsibilities under those standards? Yes. And these responsibilities are further described. They were described where? In auditor's responsibility for audit of financial statement section of our report. In the same report, there is another section. Audit of auditor's responsibilities for audit of financial statements section. In that, we clearly mentioned auditor responsibilities. Go and refer that. That's what they're saying. Yes or no? We are independent of the company as per code of ethics. And we have fulfilled all the ethical responsibilities as per the requirements and code of ethics. We believe that the evidence we obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis for the opinion. In the above opinion para, how we started opinion para in our opinion? Based on the information and explanation given to us. Correct? To the best of our information, to the best of our explanation. Whatever information I got, whatever explanation I got, I gave this opinion. Now in the basis for opinion, last line what I have highlighted, here we are giving affirmation. We are giving acknowledgement that have you got enough information you want? So what are they saying here? We believe that the information and explanation we got is sufficient and appropriate to provide basis. Look, based on information we get the financials are true and fair. Now you have a doubt. Did I got complete information I want? Did I got the information explanation whatever is necessary? Yes, I got. Able to understand. That's it. So that is basis for opinion. Now you see qualified opinion. Now you see basis for qualified opinion. In that second para I see same, no? We conducted our audit as per standards on auditing. And our responsibilities under those standards are further described in. Our responsibilities under those standards are further described in. Our auditor's responsibilities for audit of financial statements section of our report. Correct? Same way, when we are giving adverse opinion also, we are using the same. You see here, adverse opinion, here we are giving specifically what mistake. But below we are giving same. This paragraph which I highlighted now, it is there in unqualified opinion. It is there in basis for qualified opinion para. Now basis for adverse opinion para. Everywhere it is coming. Correct? Now same, we conducted our audit as per standards. But you see, in disclaimer of opinion, it will not come. Because we didn't do audit at all. Why should I see basis for opinion? I didn't give opinion at all. So what is the logic? So what should I give here reason? Why I did not give opinion? You see the heading of the standard. Heading of the side heading. Basis for disclaimer of opinion. You are giving reason why you did not give opinion. Able to understand? Whereas in the past three, what is the basis for your opinion? Basis for qualified opinion, basis for adverse opinion, basis for opinion. What is the basis for your opinion? Whereas here it is, what is the basis for not giving opinion? You give reason. Now we conducted our audit as per standards, all that will it come? Exactly. Are you clear? Now, you see auditor responsibility section. Auditor responsibility section, when I am giving unmodified opinion, what points I will cover in auditor's responsibilities? Our objective is to obtain reasonable assurance whether financial statements are free from MS, whether due to fraud or error. Remember, ours is only a high level of assurance. Reasonable assurance. What is reasonable assurance? Reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but not absolute. It is not a guarantee. Even though we do audit as per standards, still material misstatements will exist. The misstatements can arise from fraud or error. Our objective is we do risk assessment, we do apply skepticism, we evaluate accounting policies, we see management going concern basis, and we evaluate overall presentation structure of the financial statements. Whenever we find something wrong, we communicate with management, important deficiencies, all that. We are required to provide top management some information regularly. This is entire responsibility of auditors under various standards. These are the responsibilities of auditor. Now in exam you may be asked a question. What are responsibilities of auditor? As to be reported. What are the responsibilities of the auditor to be reported? But you see, this auditor responsibility para is similar even when you are giving qualified opinion. Even when you are giving qualified opinion, same. Unmodified opinion, whatever responsibilities content you give, same only you will give even in qualified opinion. When you are giving adverse opinion, auditor responsibilities paragraph will have same matter. So whether you give unmodified opinion, qualified opinion, or adverse opinion, auditor responsibilities paragraph is in a section inside that matter is same. Understood or not? But when you are giving disclaimer of opinion, auditor responsibilities for audit of financial statements paragraph, the matter is different. The matter is different. Our responsibility is to conduct audit in accordance with standards on auditing and issue auditor's report. However, because of the matter described in basis for disclaimer of opinion, I mentioned reason in the above para. Because of that, we were unable to obtain evidence to provide basis for the opinion. However, we are independent of the group. We complied with ethical requirements. That's it. Now I will show you the main material. In the recent exam or somewhere, the question has been asked on this. Question has been asked on this. So I will show you my main material itself. This is the main material. If at all you want to learn the subject properly and fully, it is better to follow always the main material. You see, in the recent exams or somewhere it has been asked. July 2021, 3 marks question was asked. In July 2021, there is a question on this, 3 marks question. What you will describe? Description of auditor responsibilities for audit of financial statements when the auditor gives disclaimer of opinion, 3 marks question. Able to understand? When auditor gives disclaimer of opinion, when auditor is giving disclaimer of opinion, what points he will mention? Hey, where is that? We closed, huh? Okay. So when auditor is giving disclaimer of opinion, what points that he will mention? He will first mention what is his responsibility, and he will mention that because of the matter described in basis for disclaimer, we couldn't obtain sufficient appropriate evidence. And he is also talking about independence, compliance with independence code of ethics, correct? Answer, you see. A statement that auditor responsibility is to conduct audit. Second point, a statement that because of the matter described in basis for disclaimer, the auditor was not able to obtain sufficient appropriate. Last one, auditor shall give a statement about independence and other ethical requirements. This is what actually in the matter drafted, no? This is how questions will come in exam. Okay, what is qualified opinion? They will not ask. Getting it? They will ask this kind of tricky questions. You see, January 21, 4 marks question. What an auditor should mention in basis for opinion section of auditor's report. When auditor modifies on the financial statements, what amendment he should make in the section. In the basis for opinion, when you are giving modified opinion, what points you will write? When you are giving modified opinion, what points you will write? So they are asking nothing but you to write the answer on this one. Description of basis for opinion when you are giving modified opinion. Here you can just write any 3 points. 1, 2, 3 points you have to write. Whenever you are giving modified opinion, you should quantify. If you are unable to quantify, mention the reason why you are unable to quantify. Inability to obtain evidence. 1 to 4 you need to write. 1 to 4. When you are unable to obtain, what you need to do? Are you getting it? And when you are giving disclaimer, audit report shall not include the reference to a statement about audit is obtained, sufficient, appropriate, all this. Getting it? Have you read this subject in depth like this? Have you understood like this? That's why when a new question comes, we are losing. And always looking at the past examination question bank. I told no, past question paper question bank, why I don't recommend, 4 attempts, 5 attempts before papers were dummy. And you are reading that question bank. And ignoring the present standard at which they are testing. MCQs will be drafted like this. MCQs will be, they'll give you opinion draft and ask you to give what is your answer on that. So be careful. And same way, even in SCA 700 also, they will ask one more question. They'll ask you one more question. You see that question, the location of, description of, auditor's responsibilities are always within the body of audit report. This is asked from July 2021 for 2 marks. True or false question? In the question, now you see the location of, description of auditor responsibilities for audit of financial statements is always within the body of audit report. What are they saying here? Auditor responsibility section is there in the audit report. That should always be in the audit report only. It should not be given somewhere else. What the standard says, you can give it in a website, you can give it in a law. You see here. Yeah, you see here, we have given here itself. I think main material you see, okay. See, always remember, I'm telling you, smart notes is not substitute for main material. Getting it? That is only for quick reference of key topics. But in-depth explanation, in-depth clarity if you want, you should refer always the main material. So what is it? The auditor responsibilities, we can mention in body of audit report. In India, we follow this. Or as an appendix. I showed you Caro, I have not yet started Caro, but Caro will be given as an annexure. How Caro will be given as annexure? In the report on legal paragraph, the 12th part is there in the audit report 12th part. In audit report only it will be there. But below we will write point, please refer annexure 1 for Caro. Annexure means what? It's like an additional sheet in your answer book. Additional sheet is it a separate document or part of the answer book? Same only. So, auditor can talk about auditor responsibilities. Audit responsibilities, so many were there. All that if you explain in the audit report, you may feel like, oh my, it will become bulky. So, you can give it as an appendix. Or, give a reference to the location of the website. You put this responsibilities in your website, put the website link here. In these 3 methods, you can discuss auditor responsibilities in the audit report. But in India, we follow within the body of the audit report. I'll show you Air India audit report. Where we follow within the body of the audit report. So, this is Reliance Industries audit report, and I'm also opening Tata Motors audit report. Okay, Tata Motors we will see. So standalone financial statements. This is auditor's report. This is standalone financial statements. This is auditor's report. You see how the same format, whatever we have seen in the standard, to the members, title, opinion. You see the wordings here. You see the wordings, in our opinion, everything is same, no? Basis, we conducted our audit as per standard. Then you see responsibilities. You see, auditor responsibilities were given clearly in the audit report itself. What are the auditor responsibilities here? He is mentioning in the audit report itself. You see, auditor responsibilities for audit of financials. Our objective is to obtain reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance, but is not a guarantee. Misstatement may arise from fraud or error. We are responsible to identify and assess risk. We have to check internal control. We have to check accounting policies. We have to check going concern. We have to see overall presentation structure. Same points were there in the standard also, no? Copy paste only they'll do. Getting it? Next. So you see almost entire, see this much is there. Responsibility para, so much is there. You can keep it like this as it is, or you can give this responsibilities as an annexure, or you can give the responsibilities in a website and give a link here. If you want to know about responsibilities, click the link, go to the link and read. Because if I keep entire responsibilities in this itself, audit report is looking very lengthy. Are you getting the point? But in India, we follow this method only. See, Tata Motors is giving in the body of the audit report. This question was asked, 3 marks, 2 marks, true or false statement. The location of, description of auditor's responsibilities for audit of financial statement section should always be within the body of the audit report as per the standard. False. It can be within the body of audit report, or it can be given as an appendix to the audit report, or it can be given, or auditor can give a specific reference to the website or the law or regulation which talking about auditor responsibilities. Now, another way a question can come, how a question can come is, what auditor responsibility section shall contain? What auditor responsibility section shall contain? It should mention objective of auditor. It should mention a statement that reasonable assurance is a high level of assurance. You should mention a statement that misstatement can arise from fraud or error. You should mention a statement that you exercise judgment and skepticism. You should mention statement in case of joint audit or branch audits. You should also mention that you are responsible to do risk assessment. You should understand internal controls. You should check accounting policies. You should check going concern. You should check overall presentation structure, all that. All these points we wrote, no? In the real audit report. What question can be asked? What points you will report? What points you will mention in auditor's responsibilities relating to audit of financial statements? Understood or not? Next time if someone says audit is easy, 50 pages only you study, don't believe. Maybe they only know that 50 pages. They don't know anything else. Next. So we have seen opinion para, basis for opinion para, auditor's responsibilities relating to financial statement section. Yes or no? Now, if I again go back, so we have completed title, addressee, opinion, basis for opinion, and auditor responsibilities for audit of financial statements. Responsibilities of management we have already seen while we are discussing engagement letter. Correct? Same only it will come. Now, other information para we don't have in syllabus, so we will mark it as complete because we don't have in syllabus. We need not discuss, so we will put it as green. Now, we still have the unhighlighted one to be discussed. Now, what is material uncertainty related to going concern? What is key audit matter? What is emphasis of matter? And what is other matter paragraph? Now, we will start emphasis of matter and other matter paragraph, then key audit matter, then material uncertainty. Then I will come to caro. Getting it? So, by the next session, apart from this next session, first half, I will try to finish up to caro. By this today's lecture itself, we will try to finish entire reporting. Are you getting it? We still have 18 more hours allocation. So happily we can discuss remaining content also. Getting it? Next. Actually, I don't take a revision for 25-30 hours and all. I take revision only for 18 hours or 17 hours or 20 hours max. Normally 16-17 is enough. More than enough. But the reason why I am taking 25-30 hours is so that I can cover little more topics. Now you see I can discuss almost all the things, many things. Only thing is I am not giving detailed explanation for every topic. But significant topics I am covering in revision. And that too, this can be understood only if you have already gone through the syllabus completely once. You listen to the classes or studied from the book at least once only you can relate to. If at all you are a first timer, maybe you will get some idea, but you have to work on more later. Okay. Now I will just show you Air India audit report. In the meantime, Air India audit report is there. I'll just show you Air India audit report. What opinion they gave? Qualified opinion. What is the basis for qualification? Oh, they have 3 points. Okay, like some fair value assets which are held for sale, some investments, there is some valuation misstatement is there. Some trade receivables, payables, inventory lying with third parties, bank accounts, they didn't get evidence. And some, they didn't recognize leased assets. Non-recognition is also misstatement. Now, all these 3 put together are material or individually material? Aggregate. As a whole, they are material, but not. So, they gave which opinion? Now, tell me, here, no, if you look at here, they didn't talk about purchases and sales. Which means, on purchases and sales, which opinion auditor has? Unqualified. See, when I am qualifying, here I will mention where and all I have qualification. Remaining all other cases, my opinion is unqualified. As a whole on financial statements, it is qualified opinion. As a whole, they are true, except so and so. Understood or not? Unqualified opinion is as a whole. Qualified opinion is also as a whole, except something. Adverse opinion is also as a whole. Opinion we will give first as a whole. But if I have to give opinion as a whole, first I should have opinion on each and everything, correct? I must have opinion on purchases, I must have opinion on sales, I must have opinion on inventory, I must have opinion on trade receivables. So first individual I'll have. Individual, is it unqualified, 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 unqualified? Nothing but I will say, is it material misstatement, like that. Then finally I will consolidate and give a single opinion. You might have seen, when you are doing, when we are discussing so many standards, if inventory is materially misstated, you will give qualified opinion. Getting it? We will say like that. But as a whole financials point of view, if you think it is not material, we will again ignore. But whenever we apply materiality, opinion, whenever we think of opinion, we should not see each and individual mistake. We should see total of mistakes. All the misstatements must be totaled. All the items where you did not get evidence must be totaled. As a whole, you should see the impact. Is it material? Is it pervasive? Then decide. Understood or not? See here, in this example, on trade receivable leases items, I may have qualified opinion. But on going concern, I may have unmodified opinion. Getting it? So, individually you need to apply. Qualified means only on that. Remaining is unmodified, obviously. Able to understand. Okay, I'll sink this point when I'm discussing going concern, so that many have this problem. Sir, when you said when going, in going concern, if everything is fine, we will give unqualified opinion. But in Air India, going, we give qualified opinion, but going concern is fine. Going concern is having some problem. Going concern is fine, absolutely. But we give qualified opinion. In Air India, we give qualified opinion, not on some other else. But going concern, what opinion we gave? Unqualified. Clear? How opinion shall be interpreted, I am telling you. That's it. Now, let's look at emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph in the auditor's report. Emphasis of matter para and other matter para. So, what is emphasis of matter para and other matter para? So, emphasis of matter paragraph is a paragraph which is included in auditor report, which refers to matter appropriately presented or disclosed in financial statements that in auditor's judgment is of such importance that it is important for the shareholders for understanding of the financial statements. So, what is this exactly? You look at, we'll see whether Tata Motors used emphasis or not. Did Tata Motors used emphasis of matter para? No. No, they didn't use. They only used key audit matter. They didn't highlight, they emphasized. You see, they used emphasis of matter para. What are they saying? We draw attention to note number 2, which describes in detail economic, social consequences, disruption in the company, as a result of COVID-19 is impacting supply chain, consumer demand and financial market, commodity prices. Our opinion is not modified. By the way, we will go to that note number 29C. Okay, 2C we will go there. We will go to that note number 2 subpoint C. We will go to that note number 2 subpoint C. We will see what the company is mentioning there. So C, right? Not this C, no? 2C I think correct only. This is only. So what are they saying here? The World Health Organization in February 20 declared COVID-19 as pandemic. So which has rapidly spread throughout the world, including India. By the way, we are looking at this audit report of 21-22 financial year. Including India. Government in India and across the world have taken significant measure to curb the spread of the virus, like mandatory lockdown, restriction and activities. Consequently, companies, manufacturing plants and offices had to operate with restriction for certain period of time. The pandemic has impacted operationally commodity prices. Management believes that it has taken into account all the impacts, events arising from COVID-19. So they have taken all. However, given the effect of pandemic and the restrictions on the overall economic activity, and in particular on the automotive industry, the impact on the above mentioned financial statements is subject to significant estimation uncertainties due to so and so. The company will continue to monitor any material changes. So they just mentioned about the impact of COVID. They just spoke about that. Now you see, this notes to accounts, you see, the balance sheet started somewhere in which page number? I'll show you the home page. You see, the standalone financial statements of Tata Motors were from which page to which page? 232 to 330. Out of which means roughly 100 pages? 100 pages, 98 pages per se. Financial statements were how many pages? 98 pages. That you see how small font, how much matter is there in a single page? Yes or no? It is more than our auditing subject itself. So 100 pages it is there. Now out of 100 pages, some 5 or 6 pages go for audit report. Some balance sheet, main document, P&L, cash flow, statement of changes in equity. For all that 5. So 10 pages will go for the main statements. Now to understand these balance sheet, P&L, detailed information is given in notes. That is around 90 pages. Will any shareholder read this entire 90 pages? Tell me. No, he will definitely not read. But will auditor read this 90 pages? Obviously, I am signing, man. Can I apply signing on that? Can I apply sampling on that? I should not apply. So I must read entire balance sheet, P&L, cash flow, notes, every page I should read. So when I am reading this, I saw this 2C point. I felt this is important point. I felt this is very important point. I felt every shareholder should read this point. Every shareholder, every investor in the stock market, they have to read this point. I want everybody to read this point. What should I do? Highlight it. So bring highlighter, highlight all the points, annual report and send the annual report. Not possible, no. 90 pages, how he will rotate? So better, he will definitely see audit report, no. Very important document. In audit report, I want to highlight. So highlight means what? Emphasize. Highlight means what? Emphasize. Emphasize in the audit report. Now, who felt this is important? So in auditor's judgment, it is important. For whom it is important? Users. Better the word is users. So now, by the way, I am highlighting, no, the 2C point. Why am I highlighting? Is company did some mistake in that? No. Did it present appropriately? Did the company presented the information appropriately? Disclosed appropriately? Correct, huh? If at all there is a mistake, what should I do? Modified. But here, did they do any mistake? Now you see the definition of emphasis of matter para. What is emphasis of matter para? It is a para included in audit report that refers to a matter presented or disclosed appropriately. Yes or no? Which is that in auditor's judgment is such important that it is fundamental for users understanding. See how the definition has been formed. able to understand. Now, they will ask you this question. Write about emphasis of matter para. What is the manner of presentation? Manner. How Tata Motors presented emphasis of matter para? Did they merge it in opinion para? They give a separate section, no side heading? Yes or no? So, include the paragraph in a separate section. Tata Motors gave separately. Did they put side heading? The side heading contains is what? Emphasis of matter. So, put heading containing the term emphasis of matter. Now, express the matter being emphasized. Give reference to the matter. Did Tata Motors give reference? We draw attention. Draw attention means what? Attention. Emphasizing. To what? Reference. Note number 2C in the financials. Okay. So, accordingly, this paragraph shall refer only the information disclosed in financials. Which means if some information is there in board of directors report, should I highlight here? I can't refer board of directors report. First of all, board of directors report is forming part of the financial statements. We give opinion only on. We don't give opinion on any other part. Also state that auditor opinion is not modified. You see what Tata Motors auditor is mentioning. What Tata Motor auditor is mentioning, you see here. You see what Tata Motor auditor is mentioning. We draw attention to last line, you see. You see this last line. Our opinion is not modified. Why am I saying this? When I say note number 2C, you know, you studied emphasis. Emphasis is not a modification. You know that. But normal people, what they think? Hey, why auditor highlighted 2C point only? Something went wrong in that. People may interpret wrongly. So you should tell them. You are highlighting. And also tell them, hey, I don't have any objection on that. I'm just highlighting. But I don't have any objection on that. So that is what? Presentation. State that the auditor opinion is not modified in respect of the matter. Now, tell me, suppose if the point is having material misstatement, can I use emphasis of matter paragraph to highlight that? Don't highlight and all. Withdraw. Give modified opinion. Giving modified opinion on a material misstatement is indirect way of highlighting. Correct, huh? Because we are anyhow mentioning that in basis for qualified opinion, basis for adverse opinion, that point. When I mention something specifically in audit report, indirectly I am highlighting, no? Correct, huh? So, emphasis of matter para is not a substitute for disclosure in, not a substitute for 570 material uncertainty reporting. What is material uncertainty reporting? We'll discuss later. Now, did you understand emphasis of matter? All of you. So, when do we use this matter paragraph? It is used to draw users' attention to a matter which is important for their understanding. From whose point of view? Auditor's point of view. So, when auditor is not modifying the opinion on that point, when can I use emphasis of matter? When the opinion on that point is not modified. I don't have any objection on that point, but it is important. Or it is not treated as key audit matter. If it is treated as key audit matter, keep it under key audit matter. If it is not a key audit matter, don't keep it under key audit matter. Simple. You can use emphasis. Understood or not? Uncertainty related to future outcome, litigation, regulation, whatever. Examples, what and all we highlight. Important points we will highlight. What are examples of the important points? You see, main material, I'll give a few more examples. Understood or not? That's it. Next, other matter para. What is that? Other matter paragraph. Now you see, other matter paragraph definition. It is also a paragraph, correct? Huh? It is also a paragraph. Where it is included? In the audit report only. What it refers to? A matter other than those presented or disclosed in the financial statements. Other matter paragraphs are also a paragraph which is included in audit report other than presented or disclosed. So what other matter paragraph in audit report refers to? It refers to some matter. But that is not given in financial statements. Suppose if the matter is presented or disclosed in financials, I will highlight that in. But if it is not in financials. Okay, in auditor's judgment, this matter I will give because it is relevant for user to understand the audit, to understand the responsibilities, to understand the audit report. What the audit report deals with, what audit report do not deal with. Getting it? Understanding of the audit. Last year financials were not audited by me. I want to mention the other matter paragraph I can use. I want to talk about my responsibilities. So what you want to talk about? Auditor responsibilities. Sir, auditor responsibilities, we have a para, no? Auditor responsibility section is there. Then why this para? In this, I will talk about my division of responsibilities. What I will talk about? Division of responsibilities. So what do you mean by division of responsibilities? Look at this example, my favorite example, State Bank of India Group. So you take this, you look at this. You know, State Bank of India Limited, State Bank of India Limited. This is actually a company, first of all. It's a company registered under Companies Act, which got license for banking under Banking Regulation Act from RBI. That's first of all. And it's a listed company in the stock exchange. Correct? And its major ownership is held by central government. So it's a nationalized bank, public sector bank. Now, the State Bank of India, no, this is having a subsidiary company. The State Bank of India is having a subsidiary company, SBI Mutual Funds. What is it? SBI Mutual Funds Limited. They're a company. And the State Bank of India actually is a bank, no? How a bank will conduct business in India? Through branches. Through branches. We have Mylapore branch, Mandaveli branch, yes or no? Nungambakam, Chennai branch, Hyderabad, it has some 100 branches. In Chennai, they have some 100 branches. You know, State Bank of India is having how many branches in across India? 23,000 branches. I'm not talking ATM machines. I'm talking number of branches. Where you bank, you'll go bank, no. Bank means where you'll go, head office, huh? You'll go to nearby branch. Like the 23,000 branches State Bank of India is having across India. Able to understand? Now, out of these branches, some 16,000 branches, no audit at all. No audit because of some exemption given. Because these branches, no, individually they don't have much transactions. So 16,000 branches of State Bank of India were not at all audited. Now around some 8,000 or some 8,500 or 9,000, whatever number, I'm not accurate, I'm just telling you. Some 8,000 branches were audited by branch auditors. Now this entire State Bank of India, overall bank has auditors again. We call them as statutory central auditors. What do we call them as? Statutory central auditors. Now this bank is audited by 12 joint auditors. This bank is audited by 12 joint auditors. 12 joint auditors. 12 CA firms were appointed as auditor for State Bank of India. Since more than two or more than two were appointed, what do we call it as? Joint audit. Now here joint auditors are appointed for the branch or for the entire bank together? Entire bank together. But do these joint auditors who are principal auditors, who are nothing but principal auditors, main auditors for the bank, yes or no? Will they do audit of all the branches? For branches, separate auditors were there, so they will not do the audit of branches. But do they have power to do audit of branch as well? Hey, they are main auditors, they can do audit of branch also. Sir, already branch auditor appointed. Still he can do. But generally what they will do, since branch auditor is there, why should I go and do again? Now, all these 8,000 branch auditors will prepare audit reports, correct? And this entire 12 joint auditors together will prepare an audit report. Which audit report we will give to public? Main auditor's report or all the branch auditors report, main auditor report, all 8,000 reports we will give to public. Main auditor report is only given to public. Overall, main auditor's report only will be given to public, which means on the State Bank of India, there are more than 8,000 audit reports, but only one will be sent to public. That one audit report is signed by 12 joint auditors. But did these 12 auditors who are signing the entire balance sheet, entire P&L, entire audit report of the bank, do they audit it? Entire bank? Entire transactions, did they audit it? No. But who is signing that? Main auditors only. Whose report is sent to public? Main auditors. I signed and sent your report to all of you. You feel, what do you feel? Okay, I am the one who did entire audit, you feel. But I didn't do the audit. I am giving audit report. Since I said everything is true and fair, you are believing it. Same way, I got branch audit report. He said everything is true and fair. I also believed him. So I am saying everything is true and fair because they said everything is true and fair. Able to understand. Based on their opinion, I am giving my opinion. Correct? Huh? Suppose in some of the branch, if something was wrong, an auditor was colluded in fraud, whom you will question? Me or the branch auditor? Whom you will question? You will question main auditor. But tell me, in this scenario, logically, am I responsible? Am I normally responsible? Logically tell me, am I responsible? No, logically I am not responsible. Why? I am not the one who did the audit. They are also statutorily appointed. They are also chartered accountants. They are also subject to all the qualifications, disqualifications. They are liable by auditing standards. They do audit. They give audit report as per 700 format. Everything is same. But their scope of audit is only branch. My scope of audit is bank. Able to understand. Now, I should tell all of you that in my audit report, look, so and so thousands of branches, they were not audited. But I have seen their summary statements. So and so thousands of branches were audited by branch auditors. Their report is given to me. Based on this report, I prepared my overall report, and that report only you are reading. If I tell you this statement clearly, after you read that statement, what do you feel now? Okay, this fellow is not the one who is doing entire audit. Branch auditors were there. Based on their opinion only, he gave this opinion. Tomorrow, if branch audit something went wrong, we should not question this fellow. We should question this entire matter. Where do we report? Understood. Okay, so you see other matter paragraph of the State Bank of India audit report. Other matter paragraph of the State Bank of audit report, you check. So financial statements. You see, this is the auditor's report. This is the auditor's report. You see how many auditors have signed. You see how many auditors. This is firm. This is firm name. This is auditor name. So auditor 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 rows, 3 columns were there, 4 rows were there. Means what? 12. 12 joint auditors were there. Before this year, State Bank of India audit reports 2021 financial year. That audit report was signed by 14 joint auditors. Later it was signed by 12. Because RBI revised. RBI revised maximum number of joint auditors can be 12. In case of a bank, what is the maximum joint auditors? 12. Now you see here, other matter paragraph, you see clearly what they mentioned. We did not audit financial statements of 8,500 branches which are included in standalone financial statements, which assets reflects 21 lakh crore. Revenue is how much? 1,17,000 crore. This much worth of revenue, this much worth of assets, we didn't audit. Yes or no? The financial statements of these branches were audited by branch auditors whose report have been given to us. And our opinion in so far as related to these amounts is based on report of branch auditor. By the way, am I raising any objection here? Our opinion is not modified on the above matter. So, we are talking about specific responsibility. Are you clear? Now you see here, again, In the State Bank of India, this is consolidated audit report on consolidated financials, I think, or audit report on standalone, sorry, audit report on standalone financials. You see, like in the beginning itself they reported. So what they have audited, they mentioned here, we have audited. Who audited? Branch auditors or principal auditors? They have audited central offices, 17 head offices, global marketing unit, business group, commercial group, 20 branches. Only 20 branches they audited. 8,557 Indian branches were audited by branch auditors. 34 foreign branches were audited by branch local auditors, foreign auditors. Okay. The branches audited by us and audited by other branches were selected by RBI in accordance with so and so norms. There are 16,000 branches which were not subjected to. And what is their portion of advances, unaudited branches? Out of total balance sheet assets, advances, 18% belongs to branches which are not audited. 34% deposits belongs to branches which are not audited. 29% income is not audited. 40% of the expenditure interest is not audited. See, if I simply say 16,000 branches not audited, how people will understand? What should I tell? Number of branches is irrelevant. How much amount not audited? How much deposits not audited? How much expenditure not audited? Tell me that. So, not only number of unaudited branches, but the financial effect of those branches shall also be reported. This is a reporting requirement that you saw in bank audit chapter. I will show you later. When we are discussing bank audit chapter, I will show you that point. Able to understand. All of you. So that's other matter paragraph. Easy. So other matter paragraph is what? The auditor shall include other matter paragraph when it is not prohibited by law or it is not treated as key audit matter. So we should have a separate section. So when auditor includes, you must have a separate section with a correct heading called other matter. Now whether you want to use emphasis of matter or other matter paragraph, please communicate to those charged with governance. That's it. Understood or not? Next. So with this, emphasis of matter para and other matter paragraph has been completed. So we have completed emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph. Now we still have to discuss key audit matter and material uncertainty related to going concern. Getting it? So just 2 minutes. So the next one that we will have to discuss is material uncertainty related to going concern, which is SA 570. So nothing but we have to discuss entire 570 standard. Only then we can understand that point. By the way, let us discuss 299 joint audit concept as well. First I'll cover this, then I'll go to 570 because in SA 6 and other matter para joint audit point also came. No. Now tell me, is joint audit compulsory? Is there any reference in the Companies Act regarding joint audit? Yesterday I showed you. In rotation of auditors, they have given this. Yes. So, what is a joint audit? It's a process of appointing 2 or more individuals or firms or combination is known as joint audit. There are some advantages. There are some disadvantages that is not required. Getting it? Now tell me, State Bank of India, all 12 joint auditors together signing? No. Now who is responsible? All 12 of them are responsible for everything? Now tell me, when we appointed 12 auditors in State Bank of India, how they do the work? First one auditor will go, do the entire work and come back. Then second auditor will go, again do the entire work and come back. No. How they do? They split the work. They divide the work and then do it. Now when they're dividing the work and they're doing it, suppose we all are appointed as joint auditors. I divided some work and you are doing some work. If I do some mistake, will you take the responsibility? If you do the mistake, will I take responsibility? So, what is the responsibility of joint auditors? When the work is divided, where the work is divided, Each joint auditor is responsible only for the work performed by them. Yes or no? Now tell me, sir, how they will divide the work? They may divide the work based on assets and liabilities. You do audit of assets, I will do liabilities. Or they may divide based on income or expenditure. You do incomes, I do expenses. Or you verify purchases, I verify other expenses. You verify sales, I verify other income. Anyway, I can divide. Or we may divide work based on geographical area. You take care of entire north sales, I will take care of entire south region sales. Or based on identify. You do audit of division A, division B, division C. I will do audit of division D, division E, division F. Yes or no? Or we may divide the work based on period. You do quarter 1, I do quarter 2. You do quarter 3, I do quarter 4. Able to understand? Anyway, they can divide. Or some other basis. Combination of all this. Are you getting the point? Purchases we have to verify. You do 2 quarter purchases verification. I will do last 2 quarters purchases verification. Sales. You verify division A, division B sales. I will verify division B, division C. Any combination I can use. Correct? Now tell me. There are some cases where work cannot be division. Where there are some works where we can't divide the work. Suppose we saw Tata Motors notes to accounts. 100 pages is there. You verify first 20 pages, then I'll verify next 20 pages. Can I divide like this? Can I divide like this? No, I can divide separate concepts. So, see, financial statements we can't split. Is notes to account separate document? It is like working notes. In your answer, balance sheet, some amount you put. How did that amount give? Working note. Is working note separate thing? No. In order to understand this amount, that amount, your working note has to be seen. In order to understand balance sheet P&L, what you have to refer? Notes. So it is a combinedly one document only. Able to understand? So can we split the documents? I can't. So in respect of verifying presentation disclosure requirements of financial statements, whether it is made as per applicable framework, joint auditors will have joint, combined, indivisible. Able to understand? Or when you are verifying financial statements, are they prepared as per the statute? There you can't divide the responsibility. Or matter is brought to the notice of all. On a particular incident, everybody knows, but everybody did not act at all. Everyone acted negligently. Knowledge of everyone. It is knowledge of everyone, but still they didn't react. There is a big fraud happened. Then all of them are responsible. Decision taken by all. Responsible. Audit work is not divided on a particular area. On a particular thing, all of us want to decide and do contingent liabilities. Some pending cases were there. On that pending cases, should we treat it as contingent liability? Should we treat it as provision? All of us together decided. In that case, on that area, any one of us can be accountable. Able to understand? Next. Or to make sure audit report complied with the standards. We are all giving same audit report, a single audit report. Are we giving 12 audit reports? We are only giving single. In that case, whether audit report is prepared as per the format applicable. Who are responsible? All of us are responsible. This question itself can be asked for 4 marks. Understood or not? Now, how joint auditors will report in case of joint audit? Generally, all of them arrive common conclusion. Express common opinion. No joint auditor is bound by majority. That word not you remove. Accidentally came. No joint auditor is bound by majority. Actually here, joint auditor is not bound by majority. But when I added no, I forgot to remove that not. Are you getting it? Because it is giving contradictory meaning. No joint auditor is bound by majority's opinion. Like suppose out of 12, 11 decided to give unqualified, one fellow decided to give adverse. According to him, it is adverse. Now, they will sit and discuss and try to resolve. Yeah, like that we should not give. 2 reports means again people will confuse. Like that first they'll try to resolve. Still he didn't agree. He want to give adverse opinion. Now in such a case, the disagreeing joint auditor, is he bound by majority? He will give his own report. Now, the State Bank of India will give 2 audit reports on the same financials. One audit report containing unqualified opinion, another audit report containing adverse opinion. Now your doubt is, which one public should follow? The auditor who gave adverse opinion, he has given reason. In where he has given reason? Basis for adverse opinion section, he mentioned reason. Public, no, they will read that. If they think this auditor's opinion is genuine, acceptable, they will follow that. If they think, hey, this auditor is idiot, exceptional, okay, I will not follow his opinion, then I will follow first audit report. Now, in other matter paragraph definition, if you recollect, other matter paragraph is a paragraph used in the audit report that refers to a matter other than presented or disclosed in the financial statement that in auditor's judgment is required for understanding of the, it is required for the user's understanding about the audit responsibilities, audit report. Here we are giving 2 audit reports. Now all 11 auditors know, in their audit report other matter paragraph, please refer audit report given by so and so 12th auditor. They will cross refer. 12th auditor gave adverse opinion, no? In his other matter paragraph, he will report 1 point. Please refer audit report given by 11 joint auditors containing unqualified opinion, which is also attached here only. They should cross refer each other. Why they should cross refer? Suppose I am a shareholder, I saw adverse opinion auditor's report. Yeah, auditor gave adverse opinion. Okay, I am going through. Other matter paragraph, oh, there is another audit report. Then I will go to the other audit report. Same way, they will also find other audit report. Able to understand. If multiple audit reports were there, the information that there is some other audit report is also available. How you should give that information? In other matter paragraph. Are you clear? That's it. Every term will have a meaning. Every term will have an understanding. Blindly don't read. Understood now? For every word I am showing you a clear-cut example. That's it. Audit is a very practical subject. But the problem is people don't understand that. Getting it? That is the reason why audit is like this only. You have to remember. Read 10 times, you'll remember. What remember? You'll not remember. You might have read this already 3-4 times some points, but you'll never remember that. It's impossible to remember. Next. So if there is a difference of opinion, disagreeing auditor can give his own opinion by a separate report. Now, by the way, in joint auditors, we are dividing the work and doing, no? Other joint auditor worked on his, and he came back, he said everything is fine. Should I verify that? Should I verify workings of the other joint auditor? No need, man. For his work, he is only answerable, no? Why should you verify? Each joint auditor is entitled to rely on the work performed by another joint auditor. That's it. Now, you see, joint audit, State Bank of 12 auditors together are working. Imagine the amount of coordination required among them. All of them will have superiority complex. That he is superior than others. Yes or no? So, the engagement partner, important team member from each firm, they should be involved in planning. All joint auditors should develop plan. Correct? All of them shall establish audit strategy. All of them should develop the plan. Now, while developing the plan, identify where and all work can be divided, where and all work cannot be divided. Identify reporting objectives. Identify important factors. Do preliminary engagement activity. Identify resources required. All the joint auditors together sit and plan. How many team members you will bring? How many team members I will bring? How many you will bring? Getting it? Let us have complete picture. What are the things that we need to audit? Who will do the audit? Allocate names. Able to understand. We should develop a joint audit plan. Able to understand. And each joint auditor shall do risk assessment. Risk assessment will be performed by all of them. Able to understand. And communicate to other joint auditor if the risk identified belongs to other joint auditor. And all joint auditors shall, it's not obtain, it's actually give. But the standard uses the word obtain, but that's not correct. All the joint auditors will give. Will each joint auditor give separate engagement letter or give a common letter? Common engagement letter. And from management also, when they are getting declaration, do they get separately or common? Common representation letter. Now, work is allocated between joint auditors. It is in their plan, no? It is in the plan, no? Now, all the joint auditors must sign that work, and that shall also be communicated with those charged with governance. This question itself they can ask. Write special considerations to be adopted by joint auditors. Able to understand. Or they will ask you like this. The joint auditors, before starting the joint audit, should develop joint audit plan. What factors they should keep in mind? They'll ask you only this third point for 4 marks. There is another question in audit strategy chapter. What are the points to be kept in mind while developing an audit plan? The answer is different. What are the points to be kept in mind while developing joint audit plan? The answer is this. If the word joint is not there, this answer you should not write. You should write audit strategy chapter answer. Able to understand? Sir, I wrote correct answer only. Your answer is correct, but not for the question which is asked. Getting it? So with this, joint audit is also completed. So next we need to discuss SA 570. That we will discuss at afternoon. Okay, be here by 3 sharply. Okay, that's it. Now if we start 570, it will take little time. So in the next session, what is our point of discussion is 570 key audit matter, Caro 143 checklist. With that, audit report chapter is over. Few more standards I am not covering. Few standards I will not be covering. Everything is not possible, no? See, first we will cover as per our agenda. As much as possible we will cover. Still at the end, if we have time, no. Uncovered topics I will try to cover. All of you. But believe me, whatever that we are covering in this classroom, this will give you that enough knowledge now. So that whatever mistakes you are doing earlier in your reading, if the way you are interpreting the subject, you already, I think by this time you would have discovered. So later you can apply. Later you can read once again entire subject on your own. You will definitely understand in a much more beautiful manner. Okay, that's it.